Let's send that over. Beautiful. And let me just make sure we're good to go. Yo, 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 what's good, bro? What's good, brother, man? Yo to the yo. Yo to the yo, yo, yo. Hey, it is. Hey, it is. Cool. Alright, we are currently live on YouTube as well, which is good. Oh. I actually want to do a quick little test. Actually, I'm going to type something in my YouTube chat real quick. Okay, so that does work. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Cool. So I don't gotta worry about that. And this is working here, so I can get rid of this. Alright, so for reference, you guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I had mentioned this before. I'm experimenting with multi-streaming now a little bit more as of late, which has been... I've been meaning to like do more of. So this is really good to do. And the three areas that we'll probably end up doing is Twitch, of course, YouTube, and Instagram, maybe. Ideally, I would love to do TikTok as well, but I just don't have enough followers to be doing that. If we eventually end up getting the permission to do so, because I think it's 1,000 followers, then we will, but until then, we won't be able to. So, ideally, I would also like to do Instagram. And so... Okay. Just realized my bit rate's really low at the moment. I wonder if it's because I didn't change that by accident, did I? Oh, I did. Wait, what? I have it at... Why do I have it so low here? 1 second, chat. I mean, can I update this while I'm live? Apply. Hit OK. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it went up. Cool. I was for some reason at 2,500 bit rate, so I just bumped that up to 5,000. I only knew that because YouTube was telling me that. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna be experimenting with multi-streaming a little bit more. The three areas in particular are gonna be Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. We did it last time and it was okay. It's just that it ended up crashing, I think, at one point or another. So we're gonna try it again today. Not sure, you know, it's all experimentation. But the cool little thing is that we downloaded a new program called Ground Control from Streamlabs, and they have a stream chat functionality, and so that's just really big for me because it's this one application that is able to put everything together. There's ways to do it on OBS, but it was just really weird. There's no one clean way to do it, but this app kind of makes it super simple and easy. Excuse me. So yeah. Okay, before we begin getting some stuff done, I want to test out Instagram. The only thing is unfortunate though is that Instagram chat doesn't go through this platform. That's the one downside. So I will have to have Instagram chat popped open. But other than that, yeah. What's up? What's good next? TikTok too? Ideally, yeah, but we just don't have the capability to do so. It doesn't allow me. I need a certain amount of followers on there. And there's like some other weird ways to potentially get it. It's mainly that I need the stream key, and I don't have that functionality because my account isn't eligible. There's some weird ways to get it, but haven't found like a good way to do it or anything. So buy followers, yeah, I mean, I could basically just do that, right? So, but we are gonna try to live stream on Instagram again. Last time it did crash after like 30 minutes. I don't know if that was something on my end or not, but we're gonna test it out again, see what happens. You know, it's kind of like, why not, you know? Okay, so good thing is I actually don't need that anymore. Cool, get rid of that. I mean, hey, those need more viewers. Maybe comment, hey, for TikTok. I mean, shit, you know what I'm saying? It could, why not? You know? Anyone know a guy? Let me know. No. All right, let's see, live video. All right, we're gonna try this out. We're going live on Instagram again. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be working on the Instagram Reel version of our mock-ups. So, fair warning, don't know if this is going to fuck shit up. So, if something goes wrong, obviously restart stream and shit. And we'll just do Twitch and YouTube. I mean, we did it before. It was just the fact that Instagram ended up crashing after like 30 minutes. So, yeah. I just got a lot of shit going on right now, so that's why I'm kind of just like, don't know. We'll see. All right, let me make sure this stream key and URL is the same or not. I'm not sure if it is. Copy that. That's still the same. Don't know if I needed to do that or not. I guess we should experiment not having to do that, but you look like Homer Simpson. I appreciate that. I think. I don't know if that's good or not. Probably not. Probably not. But I'll take it as one. Brace. Alrighty, I think we are good to go. All right. We're gooch. All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be continuing our push for these mock-ups. So, what was it, 2 nights ago, we ended off with finishing the Instagram stories mock-ups, or I say finished, there's still more to do with that. We're going to be implementing actual photo mock-ups to it, so it actually, like, some like real life mock-ups in that sense. So there's more to do there, but in terms of the actual working mechanism of the mock-up, it's a very simple mock-up. It's nothing new. It's nothing crazy. But that portion of it is now done. So just as a recap, just to kind of show you guys what's going on. Let's go to work. Cool. So here's our mockups. We've got a Instagram story and an Instagram story promotion. This is so that, if you end up actually, because I don't think some people know this. This is only because when I was swiping through the stories, I had noticed this. There's a general format that you see when you create an ad and you utilize the stories on Instagram for that. Very similar layout. Literally exactly the same. The only difference though is that this section at the bottom you can change this to be a couple different things, like learn more. There's another one's like shop now, like things like that. So they're extremely similar. But I thought, why not? Just to have that. So, like any old good mock-up, we have smart objects, so they're all working in unison. So if you update one of these smart objects, everything else gets updated, which is always super critical for me. So if, as an example, we go into, this is one thing we still have to do. We have to make it all pretty, like, get the layers all nice and like cohesive and shit like that. So, but if you come in here, let's get rid of this guy that doesn't need to be there. And we just add in just a red rectangle. I did this last time as a test. Add that in, and you get out of there. It populates in both. Obviously, that's just how smart objects work. If you guys know Photoshop, this is nothing new to you. But for those of you who don't know, this is just, a nice little thing. So you don't have to update both. You just have to update one, and it updates for both. So yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Also, username is, this was actually something we were struggling with a lot last night, or I keep saying last night, but it was 2 nights ago. We were trying to figure out a way to have the username section, specifically on the Instagram story side. We've incorporated the hour mark. So, whenever you are posting something, a lot of times you always see how long ago it was. We wanted to also, of course, include that because you end up seeing that. And so I wanted that to appear on the Instagram story side, but on the Instagram promotion side of things, they actually don't incorporate that. They actually get rid of that. So I wanted the username section to be the same smart object. So if you come in here and you get in nice and close so you're able to see it a little bit better, and you update your name, right? So we're actually, let's just add a second username, right? This is all one piece, so there are some spaces here, so you need to try not to like mess with that. It's not a big deal if you accidentally delete this. It's just now it's not there. That's the only thing I couldn't like really like do, is prevent someone from like getting rid of this section. But it's literally just a couple spaces and then the 1 hour part to it. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, so if you were to update this, so we've just changed it from username to username, like double username, and we save that. Obviously it populates there, and it also populates over here, but we were trying to figure out a way to actually get rid of that 1 hour mark but still keep the same exact smart object. And so kind of weird, but we ended up how about making the username and hour 2 different objects. So the only issue with that, because I like where your head is at with that, the only thing though is that the hour mark needs to shift. The hour mark needs to move with it. And so I wanted it to be very responsive. And so I could have it so that you can update it and the person would just have to physically move it, but I wasn't a huge fan of that. I wanted it to be something that someone's able to just type it in, and it's just super simple for the most part, and it just works. So yeah, unless there's something I'm not realizing, feel free to let me know, guys, if you guys know a better way to do it. But this is just what made sense in my head. So obviously totally open to ideas and stuff here. But yeah, I wanted it to be very responsive, and I needed it to move without you having to physically move the hour mark. Don't know subject never just works. Yeah, I wish it was a lot simpler than it needs to be, but it ended up being a little bit more complicated than what it was. What is this for again? So this is just this is going to be a free resource. This is going to be something that you guys are able to download and be able to utilize. Like, this is going to be a completely free resource that's just going to be living on my site for Sane's Media. Yeah, it's just going to be a free resource. That's literally all it is. I mean, I can't really say it any more simpler than that. You guys will be able to download it, utilize it, do what you want with it. it's just a free mockup, man. That's all it's gonna be. So, we might have a paid version where there's just more iterations. For the true homies, though, you guys are gonna get it though. But you know, for anyone else who just randomly stumbles across the site and stuff like that, there'll be a free version, but then there'll also be a paid one. And by paid, it's not gonna be much more. I mean, it'll just be like, you know, at most $5, but I don't even think that. I'm thinking like $1, $2. Like, I'm not really like, this is nothing too crazy. And that paid version will maybe just have more images that end up taking, just to have like different angles and stuff like that. But the free one will have at least one nice angle that you can utilize and stuff. So, but yeah, for the true homies, we'll probably do some quick little promotional shit. Makes it a monthly and annual subscription? Absolutely not, dude. Can you imagine that? That'd be toxic as fuck. That'd be so toxic. Because I fucking hate subscriptions, bro. I really do. I despise it, even though I tried implementing it myself. But game is game, you know what I'm saying? Game is game. But personally, I fucking hate subscriptions. So yeah, it'll be a free resource. I'll probably run a little promotion or something, you know what I mean? And by promotion, I mean like, if you DM me this word, you get it for free. But for the true homies, you know what I mean? Even if that time expires, like, I'll still end up giving it out or whatever. But yeah, that's all this is going to be. So nothing too crazy. That's why I don't want to think too much into it, but I want it to be super clean and like efficient. It just fucking works. It doesn't fight you, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah. So with that being said, yeah, I needed to figure out a way to be able to utilize the username part so it actually shifts the hour mark without the person having to actually move it themselves. And so the way I just thought of it was just implementing that smart object. They can type the thing in, and realizing it at this point, I mean, I'm kind of thinking about this now. We might not need to have the smart object. I might be able to get away with not having it be a smart object. Originally, I was going to make it that because I think of the profile picture, I think. But I might just have it so that you can just type it in, maybe, and not have it even be a smart object in the first. Actually, no, I'm lying. Because then you would have to type it in twice. So it has to be a smart object. It doesn't have to be, but like, I don't want you to have to type it in twice. I want you to be able to type it in once. We actually need it to be a smart object. So that's the reason behind that. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, you come in, change it. As long as you don't mess with the spacing, then you're fine. If you end up accidentally deleting this, then, you know, maybe I'll have it, I don't know. That's kind of just like shit out of luck, like it is what it is. Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can't really like figure out. If I could figure something out, then like if there was a way to lock text, that'd be great, but I don't think you can. So could the add one take the whole screen, no black bar, and the message / link float above? So with the promotion one, you're talking about this right here, like this no black bar and like the message stuff, like this specific area here. I just have it one full screen. Yep. So I'm following exactly the way I see it on Instagram currently. I'm not sure if it's different across different platforms or different devices and stuff, but as far as on my phone specifically, I think I still have a screenshot here. Yeah. So this is an actual screenshot of what I see on my phone. And so for me, I have the black bar at the bottom. Let me know if you guys don't. That'd be good insight. If you ever find yourself, taking a look, but there is a black bar, for me. And so I'm following directly what I see on my phone. So yeah, I'm not like reinventing the wheel or anything. I'm just kind of going along with what I see. Instagram should make that black bar on both type of stories be a gradient color of what the story color show. That is true. Yeah, that would be cool. And message like floats above. Yeah, No, I totally agree with you on that. Honestly, it should be a little bit more personalized, and it might at some point or another. That's the only thing that's going to be a very interesting thing for me is like we're going to need to like evolve this like as Instagram evolves. Like I'm gonna have to try my best to stay on top of it because you don't want to have mockups that are dated. That's like the worst. Is like you go to utilize a mockup and it's just no longer the same one. You should make an Android version and make it look pixelated and look choppy. That's wild. Anyone who has Android, don't look at me, look at Crypto, get him. I didn't say it wasn't me. Even though I agree. That's crazy, that's crazy, that's crazy. So anyway, yeah. So we ended up, long story short, we ended up figuring out a way to get rid of the 1 hour mark. It was this weird process. Maybe this is not the best way. I'm not really too sure, but because the text is white, and the hour mark is like the slight grayish hue to it, we basically just gave the username section a gradient map and mapped it so that I tried understanding this in my brain, but I couldn't quite actually get it. But we basically just made it majority black and then ever so slightly white on the very far right side. And then we just set the username to screen. And that seemed to obviously retain all of the white, gets rid of the black part of it. And so, yeah, this combo made it work. Yeah, not sure if that's the best way to do it. I tried figuring out other ways. Couldn't really get it. This seems to work. I thought maybe we can utilize masks, of course, but the issue with the masks is that the masks do not move when the smart object is updated and like is enlarged or anything like that. The mask will stay wherever it was initially placed. So if I place it, you know, let's just say for argument's sake, at the very end of where it says the second username, so on the very last E, if we were to double this and make it 4 usernames like long, that mask will still be right here in the middle. And so you will just have a weird thing where there's just, it writes and then there's a space and then there's nothing after that. So yeah, the YouTube stream, I see you, Jesus, in the YouTube. I see you there. I see you. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Or good to hear from you, rather, not see you, because I can't see you. I mean, I see your name, but that's about it. I'm loving this multi-chat thing. This is great. This is fantastic. So can't you unlink the mask? I can unlink it for sure, but then I don't think that makes the mask move. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but isn't that the whole point of unlinking mask? It's so that you're able to move the mask independently of the actual layer itself. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the whole point, right? You would think linking it would actually make it move with it, but it doesn't. It just stays wherever the original smart object is. Unless there's a setting for like the smart object itself that I'm not aware of. So yeah. Feel free to let me know if there's if we can implement a mask rather than me doing this weird like gradient map to the actual smart object and then setting the smart object to screen. If there's a better way to do it in that sense, feel free to let me know, because I'd much rather just have a mask on it because it just makes it way cleaner in the layers, you know. So I'd much rather do that, but I don't think you can. Correct me if I'm wrong though. So yeah, long story short, we're good. So with that being said, this is our duplicated version. So we don't really need to, we can mess with this and it's totally fine. Real quick, I'm gonna go on to Instagram on my phone. Just gonna take a very quick screenshot. And yeah, and just see what we get. This shouldn't be too hard to do just because we've done a lot of the heavy lifting already, in terms of making icons and stuff like that. There's still a few icons we need to make though. And yeah, by the way, I decided to just make the icons from scratch, instead of just going off of Google and just getting them there. Okay. we're gonna not download, but screenshot this. And we're going to airdrop this to ourselves. And this is going to be our guide for Instagram Reels. Why am I bugging out? There we go. Let's airdrop that. Now, I'm sure, like I said, there's going to be some more icons we're going to have to create. Some of them I think we'll be able to reuse, but others we will have to make. All right. We can just drag and drop this. All right. So this was just one of the first reels that I found. W. All right. So right off the bat, the good thing is there's about there's a couple icons we're gonna have to make. We're gonna have to make the house, the magnifying glass, the upload symbol that they have. We already have that. We have that, and we're gonna have to make the speech bubble. Then after that, this is a new feature, which is interesting. I'm not sure how many we're gonna need to implement, so this obviously just shows how many people are actually currently how many people, or actually this is, what am I trying to say? These are people who have liked a separate video. This is like an unrelated video or something like that. But you're able to click on that and see what they've been liking or something like that. And then obviously we have this down below that shows you who's liked this video particularly. So yeah, we're gonna have to get a little creative in terms of what we showcase here. Obviously, I'm thinking we probably just utilize our own icon, whether it's my own profile picture or the Sans Media icon, like logo, just for a little subtle, little subtle branding or something like that. We'll kind of implement that a little bit. Yeah, maybe we'll just do like 2 of them and make this like half the size or something. But yeah, nothing too crazy though. We got reels, arrow down. Yeah, not too crazy. We can get this done tonight though, for sure. So without further ado, let's just get after it, shall we? All right, let's start with what we have, and yeah, let's just do that. Let's just start with what we have. So let's move this down below basically everything. Let's get into the smart object and get rid of this rectangle because it's just bothering me. Okay, so obviously right off the bat, what I noticed though is that the smart object is actually larger, or not the smart object, the where you upload your video actually shows up to be larger. It might actually be larger than 1920 by 1080, which is actually kind of interesting. I think that is part of the reason why, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, if you guys upload on Instagram Reels and you ever felt like some of your content is being cropped on the sides, I think this has to do with it. So this image, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly, but it's essentially this square is basically 1920 by 1080. And so your Instagram Reel has to go all the way up to the top here and leaves all of this extra space down here that is currently not being utilized. And so Instagram is probably just stretching it out, not stretching it, but like, scaling it up a little bit so that you'll end up actually losing information on the side. So that's actually very important. It's a very crucial thing to think about, which actually leads me to think, like, I wonder if you should upload your reels to whatever this dimension is. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always uploaded reels as a 16 by 9 or 9 by 16 like ratio, whether it was 4K or it was 1080. I always just uploaded in that in that resolution, or in that dimension. So that's kind of interesting. All right, now I'm debating. We're gonna do this. This is gonna come down. Bing, bang. Well, so what is this trying to do? This is 20. It's not 2160. Let me actually see if Instagram states what it's supposed to be. Do I still have? No, I'm gonna need to. Let's see. Yeah, that's funny to me. That to me isn't true. That to me just isn't true. I mean, unless I'm bugging out here, but your Instagram story is 1920, but your reel is not. Well, I mean, I'm going based off what I see, so as far as I'm aware, it's not actually 1920. That's 1080. Does Instagram... Okay, they don't do the little curves at the bottom. They keep it clean, so we're just going to... I guess we can... Let's just do it like this. Delete that. Keep that there. So we have that in place. That's going to end up being our replace image. And we're going to convert that to smart object. Bada bing, bada boo. All right, let's just hide that. Get that out the way. Let's hide this. Now let's move our... Where's the profile picture? Profile picture. Slightly different size. Right about there-ish. Looks good to me. We're not gonna add the dot underneath because that just means I have a notification. That's not really a big deal. Just gonna leave that off. Okay, now we've got some other symbols or icons that we can obviously reutilize. And there's also the progress bar too that we can maybe reuse. It's very similar. It's actually a little bit thinner. So I guess we'll be true to that. We'll make that the right size. Oh, the real icon. And the heart. Let's go heart first. Where's my heart? Here it is. Cool. We might need to mess with that. Yeah, let's just do it. Gotta mess with the thickness of the stroke real quick. Needs to be like maybe 7. What is that? Yeah. Yeah, let's just make it 7. I think that'll end up being pretty good. Yeah, it's good to me. Okay, we're gonna have to make that icon. We've got this one that we're definitely gonna have to make slightly thinner. Make that also 7. Save. Cool with me. Now we got our 3 dots, which we do already have that. Somewhere out there, there's 3 dots. Move that down. Keep that in line. W. Alright, we got our 3 dots. Again, we're gonna have to make that. We have our reel. Our reel icon. Perfect. Gotta make that, gotta make that, gotta make that. Then we're gonna have to make something for this. Yeah. Alright. Now we've got the word reels here. We're going to just leave that as text. I don't think we don't need username, right? Username is just gonna be, well, this is gonna be their, okay, yeah, so we need that. So that's their username. Their username's gonna go down here. Oh, and I guess their profile picture needs to be twice because it's this one and then it's that one. This is trying to show what it would look like if, like, you're watching your own video. Okay, so let me get rid of username, or just hide that for a second. Now, there wouldn't be an icon for follow, though. Chad, I have a question. Genuine question. Should we have it so that we update their icon at the bottom, right? But then the username that is here, where the idea is you're watching someone else's, no, that wouldn't make sense. Never mind. Okay, all right, well, I still have to pose this question. Would it make sense for the icon at the bottom right to be someone else's icon? So just imagine, we're just going to use Sains Media as the example. It's the Sains Media logo, because if it is anything, it'll probably end up being that. It'd be the Sains Media logo down here, but then we have it so that the smart object that they're able to update, which is the profile picture, is their icon, and that's over here, right, with their name that they're able to obviously populate in. And we still incorporate obviously the follow button, because the idea is you're showing what it looks like for someone else, right? Like, the idea really isn't to show what it looks like for you, it's to show what it looks like for someone else, right? Like, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Because if not, then it's like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? At first I was gonna do the reverse, but no, that just wouldn't make any sense. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna utilize. So this is gonna be their information, and then this down here is just going to be. This is just gonna end up being the Saints media, like, photo and stuff like that. We have to recreate this gradient. Shouldn't be too bad to do, right? Okay. Move back into place in a second. Gradient. And this needs to be like 45 degrees. Boom. Let's just grab like middle. Red. And then grab this like pink over here. That looks. The yellow isn't really coming out too much. Might have to do with the scale though. Maybe if we, yeah, we kind of just lower the scale a little bit. Actually, did I just nail that? That looks pretty damn good to me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oops. Cool beans. Cool. Alright, so we got the ring. We've got the profile picture that they can change. Then we have the username, which is ready to go. The only thing with this username though is we don't need the number of hours ago that it was posted. So we can get rid of that. Oh, but there is something. There's a new issue. God damn it. Okay. There's. Hang on. Let me think this through for a quick second. What I kind of just realized is that this follow button would need to be responsive. It would need to move left and right depending on the size of the person's name, right? And that's fine because we could just do what we just did, but the problem is that there's this box. The rectangle would need to also go with it. So maybe they're already following the person? I guess that just needs to be it. Like, if you're already following them, then that icon just won't be there. So I think it just needs to be that. It would be nice, but yeah, that kind of just complicates it a little bit. And it's just, I think we're just better off not implementing that. So, alright, so we're gonna delete that. We would do it, it's just the box. The box is what fucks it. Okay, so username would go there. We're not going to include that. This, we need to figure out a description. Okay, so I have an idea. Okay, I think this would just be a text box, right? This would just be a text box that if you exceed it, we might not be able to implement the 3 dots, but yeah. Because we can obviously add the 3 dots, but the problem is that what if you have a post that does not exceed 3 dots? You know? Let me copy this. This is Roberto at size 30, negative 50. Size 30. Is that going to be correct? That's actually slightly bigger. It's not 36, is it? No. It's like maybe 33? Yeah. Like 32. Okay, so we got it at 32. Starts back here. Alright. And ends. Oh, not what I want to do. And then obviously we have it so that you can't write more than what's in that area. I wish there was a way to have it so that it gave you 3 dots when you exceeded it. Is that a thing? Oh, but you know what? This needs to be a smart object. Because if we want, because here's the idea, chat. We're going to be including other versions of Reels from different platforms. So obviously your TikToks, your TikTok, your Instagram Reel, your YouTube Shorts. So that needs to be a smart object so that you can just once again implement that description once, and it'll just populate it for everything. And so we got to think about that in terms of what's the word? What am I trying to say? For the description, this might be something we need to come back to, and the reason being is because I'm not too sure. I mean, I guess we could double check real quick, but I want to account for the largest smart object first, and then for everything else we'll end up just adding a mask to it so that like you can't exceed a certain amount of like length or whatever. Let me just check shorts real quick. So shorts are pretty short, hence the word LOL. It can be 2 lines though. I am seeing that a couple times. It can be 2 lines from time to time. But I think that's because of hashtags, maybe? Sometimes it then doesn't do that. It's kind of weird. I mean, we can't be perfect, but I'm just trying to make it as cohesive and, like, uniform as possible, you know? Yeah, let me not overthink it too much. I mean, I do think I need to do what I just said. This might be something we need to come back to. But I need to not really overthink it too much. It does seem like TikTok has more characters that appear, though. At least on average. Like, when someone actually writes that much, I think it's like 2 lines. Yeah. TikTok is like 2 lines. So, at most, it's going to be 2 lines. Let me check Instagram Reels. I think Instagram Reels is just the 1 line. Reels is just the 1 line. Yeah. Reels is just the 1 line. So. Reels is going to be the shortest one. So for now, we're just going to leave this. We won't make it into Smart Object quite yet because we're going to need a version that's larger, and I want to work from biggest to smallest and not vice versa. Okay. So we got something there in place. Send message, that's obviously not here, but I guess we can utilize that text to be over yonder. I might just utilize the same numbers here. Now, another question I have for myself is, should we have it so that when you update the information, it updates for everything? So, like, how many likes something got, how many comments, like those are two metrics that are very similar. Or like, not similar, but like you see a lot, is what I'm trying to say. And like even shares, honestly, I think sharing is also like very much seen across like a lot of platforms. So if there's some consistency there, then maybe we have it so once again you update one of these and it just updates for all of them, you know? This is gonna be slightly off, but that's okay. Okay, this rectangle, we don't need it. Get rid of that. This reel, I think we can get rid of that. Oh wait, no. Well, we could just use that for the thing above it. Reels. I'm pretty sure this is bold-ish. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. 67. It's pretty close. Actually like slightly bigger than it already, so I don't really want to do much more than that. So we'll leave it at that. Okay. Let's see. This is what we've got so far, chat. This is what we've got done. The X isn't supposed to be there, but where the fuck is it? There it is. Cool. I think we can get rid of the X. I don't think we need it. Yeah. We can get rid of this. Alright, now we need to figure out where or who we're gonna put in here, specifically. And then who we put in here in terms of icons. Let's start with the rectangle. Pull that out a little bit. That out a little bit. Bing bang. Get rid of that. And for the fill of this, put that, boom. Okay. So we got that in there. Is there actually a symbol? I was kind of hoping there's a symbol for a heart already. Well, we do. Hang on. Oh, but no, but we can duplicate that. Okay. I'm all over the place. We can reuse this. We can copy and paste it. Yeah, because that makes it a separate smart object. Go in and, if I'm not mistaken at least, do that, just so we don't have to make another heart. Do we want to do the gradient here? Yeah, we could do the gradient here. Fuck it. Let's utilize. Oh, we finished our music. Let me back up. Okay. We're just gonna utilize the same. Same PNG. Alright, so we're gonna add a fill. We're gonna make it a gradient. Angle, we're gonna switch it to 90. Bottom is going to be, I dropped, or so I thought. Boom. Midway point, color pick. Boom. And then top. It's not perfect, but we don't need it to be super. Super perfect. Let's arrange that, bring that to, send that to the back. Alright, bottom half looks pretty good. Obviously it just has a better thing at the bottom. There's also this over here. And we can mess with it like this. Gonna have to redo this, but don't know if that's better or not. Can we add another? Actually never mess with this like this. I should be able to add another one, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, what did... Maybe just like a white at the very top? Like, barely hanging on in there? Damn it. Fuck. Okay. And then like opacity at like... Oh god, no. Wait, why does it do that? It's weird. Yeah, maybe we don't do that. Or let's just try to eye drop that. Sure. I mean... Right? Sure, sure. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I'm kind of overthinking that. And now let's, yep, clear the layer style. And now we've got our tiny heart. W. Okay, now the question is, do we create profile pictures that you can't edit or that you can edit? I think for simplicity's sake and mockup's sake, I feel like you should have it so that you can't edit it. But I also just like the ability to do so, you know? Wish I had more water. But it does just overcomplicate it. I mean, I guess we can have it like I guess we can have the smart objects like pre-made, pre-done, and then you update it if you want to, you don't if you don't. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. We can just have it kind of pre-done, and if they want to update it, they can update it. The only thing is I just don't know what images we're going to put in there quite yet. Like, I'm thinking, like, icon-wise, like, it'll probably be... I probably won't add 3. We'll make this smaller. Maybe just put, like, 2. But I'm thinking I'll probably use, like, my profile picture at the bottom or Sans Media's profile picture at the bottom. But then vice versa for one of them up here, and then I just need one more. But I don't know what I should pull from though. Maybe it could be the icon for Sans Media as well. I don't know yet. Okay, so this is going to be a brand new one. This is going to go down here. I wonder if this is... Are these still linked? No, they're not. Okay, good. Okay, let's copy and paste because we don't want them to be the same. Let's just put that below that. Okay, grab our little heart, add that right about there-ish. Cool beans. We're gonna do that one more time. That's gonna go there. And this is going to be, let's go into this and we're gonna change this to a different color. We'll make that yellow. Cool. This is follower number 2. And then one last time, copy paste. And that's gonna go here. Is that in line? There we go. This is gonna be follower 3. And then we can change the color of that. Let's just make it a green. Yeah, let's do orange. We'll end up populating that at some point, like with actual profile pictures or whatever. But for now, we don't need to. So like I mentioned, we're only gonna implement 2 of them just because it's just too much. So this kind of seems like it perfectly rounds roughly around that spacing. So that should look pretty good. We're missing our arrow, which is this guy. This guy needs to be pulled up. We'll put it up here. The last one will disappear. All right, so we're good up top. I think we've done everything we need to do up top. Don't need to worry about that. Now there's this down here. Honestly, I don't know if we really need to implement that one. That's just someone who's personally liked this video already. I guess it could be the same as one of these people. I mean, yeah, actually, you know, we could just do that so that it just populates that if they edited one of those. So let's do follower 2, fuck it. So we're going to Command J so that we get a perfect duplicate of that. I'm gonna move that down here. Raise that up. And we can drop that. Oh, we need another heart. That's what it is. Copy. Paste another one. And put it like around there. Alright, almost there. We got a couple icons we gotta make. So we've got the chat, the uploading like icon, hourglass, or the, not hourglass, magnifying glass, and the house. And then also we gotta figure out what we're gonna do here for the music part of it. If that's something that they're gonna be able to like update or not. I mean, I think for simplicity it shouldn't be, but actually I'm pretty sure we could just make that be whatever their profile image is, because then that's just the, yeah, that's what ends up happening when you have original audio. It's just your icon. So yeah, that's what we'll do for that. It's just that we have to make that image though. So all right, yeah, let's get to work on that. So we've got to go to, let me open up my icons. Oh, I think I just put it on my desktop because we didn't, yeah. All right, so we've got the chat icon to do. Right about there. I think I'm gonna manually do this because it's not that big of a deal. Pretty good. Boom. All right. Now we gotta round those corners. We gotta make sure that goes to all right, so we've got that. This angle might need to be a little bit bigger. Alright, we're fine there. Now we got the house. Yep, just 45-degree angle. And we'll just mirror this. Is that not intersecting? Yeah, of course not. Average both, and then join. There we go. I just gotta fix this, 'cause I think. Is there two? No, it's actually just one. Yeah, let's just do that. Cool. Alright, now we got this. That's easy enough. Do we already have a T somewhere? No. Okay. Okay, that is done. And then last but not least, the fuck is it called? I forget it every goddamn time. Magnifying glass. Jesus Christ. Get there, Stephen. Holy fuck. Okay, boom. And there's the house. That is that. Alright, these are the ones we need. So now we just end up copying and pasting each one individually. Okay, that's taken care of. Now we got these two, or these three. grab the house first, I guess. Copy that. Paste. Could be thicker, I guess. What is this currently at? It's at 7 already. Fuck it, let's just make it 8. Okay. Close that. Copy. Paste. Alright, yep, we're gonna make that also 8. Copy that. All right. Oops. All right, let's chuck that on top. So this is, okay, actually wait, before we, let me just do this. So we need to create this icon. Let me go back to, I think it's the last thing we need to make actually. Where am I going? Here. Downloads. Okay. Match that. Grab the circle. My guess it's right at the corner. Like there, and then it was just increased in size until I got to that point. Seems about right. Just take that section, delete that, delete that. Use the color black so it's just easier to see. Grab 2 of them. Just gonna grab some rectangles and not overthink this too much. Let's see what the fuck's going on in here. time, I think I'm just going to use the pen tool for this last part. Right about there. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I slightly fucked that up, but is that easy to? Nah, let me just fix it. Should be there, I think. Cool. All right, so we've got that. That's really the icon. So I'm gonna leave it as is like that, because then I don't wanna, I want the icon to like look like that, so it just looks good. But then what we're now gonna do is we're gonna copy it. I guess we don't need, yeah, we don't need this anymore. That can go. And copy that. Come in here. Oh, I might have to copy them separately. Well, because I'm a clipping mask that don't want it to go in there. Yeah. They need to be two separate icons. That's okay. Cool. Okay. Boom. And we're gonna come into here. We're gonna change. We're just gonna copy that. Come back into here. Paste it back in. That's fine. Get rid of it there, and we're gonna make this a solid. Now what's going to be clipping mask to this is the personal one, right? So it's going to be Command Jade. Now this needs a stroke. As white, we're gonna put that to, I think, inner, not outside, inside. And now if we were to do that, yeah, not too bad. that in that same group. Okay. Chat, I think that is it for then. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but let's take a look. So, what's on top currently is the entire, it's just the basic screenshot. So that's just what that looks like, right? Then if we were to hide it, this is our iteration. So I'm gonna kind of go back and forth a little bit. Nothing glaring missing. Yeah, nothing too glaring that I think I'm really missing out on. Cool. So the idea being, we have like the different colored icons that kind of show which ones, if you were to update one of these, like what's gonna end up happening with the rest and stuff like that. Like these are linked, because the colors are the same. What I am thinking about doing though is having a artboard on the same document where all of the components, all the smart objects are already there, and so when you what you're able to then potentially do is go into this artboard, do all of the updating in there, right? Like it'll just kind of be like structured out, laid out, so you just do it all from the top artboard, and then it just populates all of the rest. I think that might be kind of cool. Like, you know, if we have a couple different, artboards, like a bunch of different iterations, whatever is the same, ideally you just update the top and it just updates everything else. Instead of having to kind of like search for it, it's just like in the artboard and it just kind of does it for you. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I would like to be able to implement that, I think. And so far, it would be things like the username, profile pictures. If there's multiple profile pictures, you need to include. I'm thinking the likes maybe, but likes aren't really a big deal. Like the number of likes, like it's just a mock-up, so I almost don't even want to like worry about that. You could have it so that when you could change that number to be really small or really freaking big. But then at the same time, like someone might write in a number that isn't compatible, if that makes sense. And by compatible, I mean like, yeah, honestly, I think that's actually better off to not do that. So where I'm getting at is like different platforms might see units of measure a little bit differently in terms of like maybe, I could be wrong on this, I'm probably wrong, but like on Instagram they show 10K, right? They put 10 and then the letter K, but then on TikTok they might show the 10,000 all as, you know, like written out normally, you know what I'm saying? So instead of predicting that, I think we just have it so that everyone is just the same, I think. Or not the same, but like, you know, it's just written in, like it just stays the way it is. You can't change that. That might be for the better, honestly. Cool. All right. So yeah, I mean, I think our reel is done. We no longer need this, do we? I guess, is there a real promotion version? I imagine that there is. Let's take a look. If it's sponsored, it just kind of says it. But then there's like learn. Okay. There's a couple weird UI things it does. Let's try to find another example. Okay, there's this one. It says sponsored. There's the amount of followers. Yeah, but then like a bunch of weird shit comes up. I don't know if I want to get into that. I mean, if it stays like that, maybe. I'm trying to get this sponsored thing to reset. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I think it's just one icon we would have to remake. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let me... Nope, not that. Where am I going? Photos. And let's airdrop that to ourselves. Alright, so we're gonna make the sponsored version of this. It's not too bad. It's not too much more to incorporate. I'll show you guys. So very similar. The only thing is they implement this portion at the bottom. Like, it doesn't pop up right away, but eventually kind of like their UI moves into that position. So I think it's good to incorporate because it does actually like, you don't want to cover things in this area, so it would be kind of good to include. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this and I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to copy that, paste it. And I'm going to bring that screenshot in. And all we're going to do is we're just going to change the location of the information at the bottom. And we're going to leave everything else the same. Oops. Put that too far down. Alrighty. So for one, it is the profile picture. It's got to get moved. Is the ring in not? Oh, the ring is not in there. That's why. Where's the ring? There it is. Group that together so it goes together. And it seems like it's gonna be smaller too, actually. Unless I'm bugging. Actually, it might not be. It just appears so, but it's not. And then username. It gets moved up. there seems to be more. Come on, cancel. Seems to give you more here, so we're just gonna move that out. Oops, didn't want to do that. God damn it. There you go. Okay. All right, move that up. Now we just got to create this little icon here. And then obviously the word sponsored, and then this section as well. Can delete that heart. There's really no hearts. Seems like this actually gets moved. Oh, that's interesting. Let me just make sure the screenshot is centered properly. Why is that in a different spot? That is weird. Huh. Oh, it's because there's no sharing. That's why. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna move anything there. I just got pushed up because of the sharing button. Didn't have any shares, I guess. And we'll type it in. Probably like 28 maybe. Ooh, too much. Actually, the spacing might be more. The spacing was more like 25. Yeah, because size-wise, we're pretty much there. It's not gonna be 50. 50's too much. Call it 30. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna lower this opacity. I guess it's like 50. It could be wrong. I don't know. This is more like 2 pixels. And maybe 3. let's just go with 50% opacity on that. Sponsored. And then we just got to make that icon. Okay, we're gonna come to here, close. Zaddy, what's good, brother? Zaddy, let's go to Orlando. How you been, brother man? How you doing, King? TBE Scream, holla at your boy. Let's go up. I want to mirror this, so we're just gonna we'll go straight up, then we're gonna come across. We'll connect it. We'll bring this down, and then we're going to mirror this. I'm gonna flip it. Living life, bro. How you, King? Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Doing the same. A lot of the same, man. A lot of the fucking same. You know how it be. Alright, let's join those. No, it's because I'm on the image. There we go. W. What's new with you, though, man? What's new with you? We can crop those out, and we can just honestly extend that. You were streaming on Twitch? Yeah. We're multi-streaming right now. We're multi-streaming, so yeah, we're on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Just living that dad life. That's fine. I'm not going to college. But a new job. Yeah, nah. I remember. How's that been for you, man? Truthfully. I'm going to hold up. Got you. No worries. All right, now let's take these. And we're gonna round that. We're gonna have to end up making it like a little bit bigger. Yeah, something like that. Okay. We're not gonna make this perfect because the icon is so small that it's just like, it's pointless to go nuts with it. We here? Bad. Yeah, bro, it's cool. My boy turning 1 next month. Fucking insane. That is insane. I was just talking with Chris in the stream. He was letting me know that which I didn't know until he told me, but he's also Pops. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Where did the time go, bro? Where did the time go? Bro messaged me randomly. Bro's a dad too. Yeah, man. Like, it's nuts, bro. I was just like, what the fuck? I was so baffled. Like, I was flabbergasted. Messaged me too. Yeah. Bro, I was like, what the fuck? It's crazy, man, because like, since I've been away from streaming for a little while, like, since I've come back to streaming, there's now been, I think Chris was the third person to let me know that they're now a father, and I was just like, bro, what? Like, that's crazy to me. So it's just nuts, bro. It's nuts. It's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? Kyle's next. He's married. That is true. Yeah, that is true. You're next too, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, you know me, man. Always last to the party. You know how it be. You know how it be. You ain't gonna catch me rotating quite yet. It's crazy. One of my friends that I work with and went to high school with is a mom now too. It makes me feel like I'm now 30, bro. It's crazy, man. Life just be going like faster than you fucking realize. It's nuts. It be like that. It really do. Who else? It's just some people from stream and shit. It's crazy, man. It's nuts. It really like had me like put things into perspective though, for sure. Like life wise, I was just like, shit. You know what I mean? For the better, like for like in a good way, you know. I mean, shit. I think Max, you were there for it. Like we were all just like, holy shit, like this is insane. Like where's the time going? Like we were just like low-key, not like freaking out, but we were like low-key freaking out. So the same kid I was before. Facts. Facts. I'm just the same motherfucker, man. But God fucking bless, man. God bless. How much longer are you gonna be going for? Heading home, so won't be on for another 30. Copy. We'll probably be live for. It's a good question, honestly. I mean, we're kind of rounding this out. I mean, I might be live for in 30 minutes. I think. Yeah, I should be. Do what you gotta do, though, man. I should be here. I mean, we're rounding this out. We might just kind of vibe out for a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what we're gonna do next though. If we got something to do, we'll do it, but I'm not sure what we're gonna get into. I got yelled at for eating a big ass bowl of cracked mac and cheese at work yesterday. Damn, wait, why? Like, cause it was just big? Word, if not, love you, brother. Likewise, man. Gotta catch up. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. God bless, bro. I'll see you in a bit. If not, stay easy, man. We'll talk. Everyone was calling me a kid for eating. Bro, mac and cheese go crazy, bro. Like, nah, they just don't get it, man. Mac and cheese go stupid. Okay. It was good. I'm not sorry. Abso-fucking-lutely. Bro, I could go for some mac and cheese right now. I really could. I haven't had a good mac and cheese in too long. Say it like that. It's been too long. I could fuck up some good mac and cheese right now. That shit was fire. I gotta head to bed, man. Just gotta work in the morning. Copy that, boss man. Take it easy, bro. Appreciate you stopping by, my man. Take care. God bless. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Doses, doses, doses. And fucking eat that mac and cheese, man. Eat that mac and cheese. Fuck 'em. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the progress bar. On both of them. Both of them. We had it, we just didn't. I think it's just hidden at the moment. Yeah. We gotta make it thinner, that's all. Is it a rectangle? It is a rectangle. That's tragic, but I think we can. Let me just. Yeah. That was good to me. Extend it off to the side. Extend it off to the side. Okay. So that's that. We're gonna take this progress bar. We're just gonna implement it on the other one as well. And we're gonna have to clean up this layer mask, but I think we could do it maybe tonight. Oops. Fuck. Pull that back down. Okay. Almost there. We can delete that because we're not going off of that and that. Okay. So this is the original. This is ours. Okay. So that's one thing we're obviously missing. We need a big old square going around. Big old square going around this over here. Okay, this has now got some form of transparency to it. Don't know how much. I think I'm just gonna guess 50%. Don't know how accurate that is really, but okay. Now we're in a closer spot. There is a thing that goes here, but you just can't see it at the moment. Oh, this disappears. And then let me just get this. There it is. Okay. Now we're gonna add smart object that, and that's gonna go within that. Like so, group it. It's like add thumbnail, I think, or something like that. And we're just gonna make this a new color so we can actually see what's happening there. We'll make it blue. Cool. Okay. Cool. We need to put something in the background so we can kind of see what is happening. We can use this. I guess, yeah. And then we'll just make it really big. Now there is something here. Did I not incorporate that? I gotta fix that. I thought maybe I didn't? Ah, there it is. We just had it hidden. Now the question is this always that color? Let me do some quick investigating. Let me try and find some other sponsored ones. Okay. So you can change that color, actually. Because I just saw another one that was a different color. Okay, so... let's maybe make that the same color-ish. so you can see what's going on there. Cool. All right, so I mean, shit, I think that's that. So this is our screenshot. All right, so we have reels at the top. That looks good. We have our phone indicator. That's still good, of course. Then we have our likes and all of that. I mean, that's all there. The music icon is mimicking the profile picture. We have the thumbnail in there. The text, which it needs to be, I think it's not in the correct order. Where is that text? We're just gonna drop this down. Yeah, this can be like way down here. It's okay. There we go. So that's good now. We have the sponsored tagline. That's looking pretty good. Cool beans. I think that's it, man. Wonderful. I'm happy. Now I think all that's left is just to kind of like get it like, oh, actually I think this is black cut, yeah, because I see it's getting cut off there, so that actually needs to be implemented. I think at the moment, we might have deleted it. Did we delete that? If so, I'm kind of surprised we did, to be honest with you. Yeah, I guess we deleted that. Let me save this, make sure nothing stupid happens. We could just recreate it. It's honestly not a big deal. Because it just goes below this, below the progress bar, so it's not a big deal. Fuck. There we go. And we're just gonna eye drop that. Wonderful. Boom. Wonderful. Okay, so now we're good. Nice. So it's our version, their version. Cool. W. Now I think what we need to do is incorporate what am I getting at? Oh, I'm not incorporate, but like, actually no, we're missing one vital component, and that's the, oh wait, no, we have it. Okay, it's there. We just have it hidden. That needs to get pushed pretty far down. There. We just need to reorganize the layers. We gotta make sure those are all good to go. So starting with this guy down here, we can go ahead and just delete that. We have all of these icons. This here, the image, this needs to get pushed down to there. Cool. Now this is the no-go sort of region we sort of gave this, the margins basically. I think we're gonna implement this like at the very top. Yeah. There's that, and then realistically I don't think that they're gonna they're gonna put your content there. So that's kind of like the no-go area. And then there's the one on the side because of the likes and stuff like that. You just don't want that to get covered. That's like roughly, I don't know. I'm just kind of like spitting ball in here, but of like, you don't really want to like kind of go into that area. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good to me. We can actually push that. And we'll group that and just the I'm just gonna put margins. I don't think that's the right word, but can delete that. So this was just our general overview. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That's the verified mark. It would be nice to implement, but then it requires me to have the person would have to like move it themselves, and I just rather than them not deal with all that bullshit. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That is ready to go. Once again, we're just gonna command save on there. Margins over here. Command J. And we're gonna move. Same thing over here. But instead, this time, that comes all the way up. That already encompasses that. So now you're really like in this area. Cool. I'm actually very happy with the way this turned out, truthfully. I mean, it's such a simple thing, like, you know, but it's cool, you know, it's cool. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't need to do that dumb thing where, yeah, okay, I can take that off. For these, doesn't require that. Save that. Boom. Are these copied and pasted and not? I think they are. They're not exact duplicates, so we're just gonna do that. Boom. Delete. There we go. Now those are working. mean, shit, I think we're pretty much good, man. Again, there's always some cleanup work that I feel like we have to end up doing, but, you know, aside from that, we just got to make sure, like, smart object wise, everything is, like, working. But we should be good, man. We should be good. I need to think about whether or not we are going to rasterize a lot of the elements in this, like the things that we just don't want people fucking with and messing with. I'll have two versions, one that's like the editable one, and then one is like the quote unquote official one, where the official one, like, I think we just rasterize, like, you know, everything that is not tweakable. And like, just that way it just keeps it simple. And we'll probably do it all in one layer, I think, because it's like we just don't want people like moving shit around that just doesn't need to be moved. So I'm thinking about things like progress bar, the icons, like the liked and comments and all that, how many likes, you know what I mean, all of that, the part at the top that says reels, basically every single component that isn't editable on their end, I think we will just rasterize and just have it all be one cohesive thing, so that A, it makes the layers a lot smaller, and B, they can't just accidentally move something without like doing it on purpose, you know? Like, unless they need to be able to edit it, then I don't want them being able to move it. Yeah, like UI things, like really just like anything. Notice there's an issue over here. It's annoying because it's like it's big enough, but it says it's not. Alright, cool, man. There we go. So now let's do a quick, just gonna make a duplicate of that, hide that one, and we're just gonna make it nice and large. Okay, so in theory, actually, let me copy that. Let me do it the proper way. I don't know why I'm not. Literally have a whole goddamn mock-up set up just to do what I'm like trying to like recreate. Bam. Bam. Ba-bam. Cool, man. W. I think that's it. That's all we gotta do for now. I've been kind of quietly thinking about this in my head. I think for the purpose of getting shit out at a quicker pace, I think I'm leaning more on the idea of, excuse me, of making it like a Instagram. Okay, so my original thought process was we were going to begin putting these out and have them be one file that has all of the all of the story-based things, right? So it's like, okay, this PSD has all of the story-related content. So that's like, oh, okay. You want to see if your post works on all of the stories across all platforms? Then here's the Photoshop file that allows you to do that. And then we would have another Photoshop file that was dedicated to short form content. So like this, right? So this would be your reels, your regular TikTok videos, and so on and so forth, YouTube shorts. And so if you want to be able to see if your video will translate to all of those platforms well, that's the Photoshop file for you. However, I'm wondering if it's just better and simpler to have it so that it's one Photoshop file that has all of the Instagram related things in it. Then it's another Photoshop file that has all of the TikTok related things in it. So it would be a mixed bag of, okay, so you're able to see what your Instagram story looks like, but then make sure that you're like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's to showcase what this one single, you're going by platform instead of going by format. And I'm still like debating this in my head, but maybe this is something, maybe we make it a poll. We can maybe make it a poll on Instagram. It's just that I need to figure out a good way to write it, though. That's very simple. I'm not a fan of this song. Let's skip this. 1 second. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's better. Having it so that you have a mock-up that showcases all of your files, all of your stories, or a Photoshop file that showcases all of your Instagram specific form factors, and then all of your and then a separate file that's all of your TikTok related, you know what I mean? Like, doing it that way. I don't know. I really don't know. But I gotta think that through. So, alright, what is this playlist? Is like nocturnal, so it's a very like, I don't know, it's like a weird vibe. I don't know how I feel about it. Alright. I mean, fuck. I think that's gonna do it, man. I think that is gonna do it. I mean, this is great progress for today, for sure. And by progress, I mean, like, we basically have it done. There's more to do, specifically being Instagram posts, I think, is the last thing that we need to implement. So, like, what your Instagram post will kind of look like, generally speaking. Wait, 1 second. Anyway, so, sorry, I was distracted. Yeah, so we have to do Instagram posts. So would a 4x3 or a 4x5 post will look like, what a 1x1 and what a 16x9 post would be. That's kind of just, I think, the 3 main ones I would want to implement. At least those are the ones that I end up kind of gravitating towards or showcasing. 4x5 for sure, 1x1 for sure, but then there's some people like to post horizontal ones and kind of see what that looks like. The other thing too is now Instagram has a new version of their grid system, so now it's a 4x5 instead of being a 1x1. So that's also like really big, because for mockup purposes of your grid, that's very crucial. So yeah, there's a couple things we gotta do. I think it's going to be the Instagram post, the general Instagram post, and what that sort of looks like. But then also, what am I trying to say? The Instagram post in general, and then the Instagram grid. I think those are the 4, because it's going to end up being 3 versions of the Instagram post and then 1 Instagram grid. So, lots of work to do. I mean, these have been basically like nightly like stream tasks. You know, we've been able to basically complete each one with each passing stream. Typically we don't stop until we get it done. This one was actually a lot quicker than the last one. We did this in, we haven't been streaming for too long. 2.5 hours. We took a little while to kind of get started, so not a while. It took maybe about 10 minutes or so, but yeah, so it's W shit. I'm getting tired though, I'm not gonna lie. I do need to eat. It is Friday. Ah, fuck, I can't eat meat. Gotta remember that before I end up fucking that up. So anyway, yeah. But W stream though. W stream, this was fun. This has been fun, honestly. Like, you know, creating mockups are kind of rewarding and kind of satisfying. Like once it's all come together. Granted, I mean, we're not done yet. Like, there's still more to do. Like, in terms of just like, you know, seeing the finished product and shit. Excuse me. But yeah. Also, on a high note, multi-stream went well today. Everything held up really well. We've been live on Instagram the entire time. Last time it ended up crashing, for those of you curious. So this setup seems pretty good. I'm happy my multi-chat works. I was debating whether or not that was gonna work or not. But the multi-chat works like a charm. So that's great. So now we have Twitch chat, YouTube chat opened. We have our activity feed is, I'm pretty sure, linked, so everything is, anything on the Twitch side, like that's gonna come through there. So we'll be able to see what's coming through. Like I said, we're streaming on Instagram. I mean, ideally, the chat would also be coming through Instagram as well, but it doesn't. One thing I'm debating whether or not to do though is to overlay chat on the stream. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. I'm debating that, but yeah. But yeah, everything came out well. Everything held up pretty damn well. Alright. Kind of rambling at this point. I don't know, I'm just kind of chilling, vibing, you know. Just thinking in my head a little bit. But I think I'm gonna go eat, chill out for like a quick second, do any last minute things tonight, before getting to bed. But yeah, I think that's been it, man. W stream. W fucking stream. I think it's been, what, 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks ever since we've been streaming again? I think so. we're back, man. We're back. Back in full swing. We're back and we're better. So, alright. I'm out this bitch. I appreciate you guys watching, man. W stream. I'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll be back live, I think tomorrow. We're going to be doing, actually, well, I don't know. We'll see what time I get home tomorrow. We might do some more of the mock-ups. Yeah, it just depends what time I get home and shit. We might. If not, we'll be back live Saturday though. There's more to do, so you know we'll get back to it. But appreciate you guys watching, man. Take care. Brush your hair, and yeah, I'll see you guys around, man. Appreciate you. Deuces, deuces, deuces.